Hello and welcome to How I Tank, episode 5 of season 2. I had to look that up. We're watching kmhuey and an SU-100. Uh, let's get this show on the road. And with us is kmhuey.
Hi.
So, my money is on America. How about you?
Not this game. My money's on Russia.
Russia? Traitor, commie, get out. I feel like Russia's calling for help already.
Yeah, it is a KB1S. You shouldn't need any.
So I assume you set up here to try to intercept any mediums doing the medium thing.
I did. I figured with that M5 down there, we should get a spot before anything could spot me. So I felt relatively safe being right here, right now.
Sounds good. Loads of action.
Total excitement. If I remember this game correctly, it's gonna get pretty exciting here in a bit. So.
Oh, Churchill 7. Might have some trouble at this range.
Yeah, mediums didn't do what the mediums do though, so.
The mediums kind of like changed their mind halfway through that process. Looks like. It just cracks me up that in this new patch you're seeing RDB top tier.
It's so much fun. I like it too because so many people have quit playing already since the patch, saying it's crap now, and I honestly feel that it's stronger in some situations. Like I feel like the GW Type E, or what is it, the GW E100 now is stronger than it was in before this patch. I feel like the accuracy change was just what it needed to make it pretty strong, and I'm literally having a blast in it now. So.
Yeah, I haven't played too much artillery since the new patch. Do have... Did I sell it? I might have a GW Panther. I don't remember anymore now. I might have sold it in anticipation of buying T69 eventually. But I actually haven't noticed too much as far as the way of the accuracy buffs. Maybe just if I stop playing autoloaders, I'll notice a little more. But you're shooting a really inaccurate gun at long distances and hitting stuff every now and then.
Yeah, because the accuracy changes have made it pretty easy. Like I was noticing this in the day of the patch. I was playing my T30, doing full reticle shots and connecting 90% of the time. So from now on, I'm just like, you know what? I'm thinking I don't need to worry too much about accuracy, you know. So.
Yeah, I think definitely with these higher alpha long reload guns, you're going to notice the accuracy more, just as a psychological process of, like, you remember missing more the less shots you have.
Exactly, yeah. It's like, well, I knew that if I ever took a full reticle shot with a T30 on the move before, that the likelihood of actually hitting what I was aiming at, unless it was 10 feet away, was really low.
Slim to none.
Yeah. So.
Uh,
I don't know why I'm up here, because this is probably one of the most dangerous places to be due to the way spotting works in this game. But I think this is as far as I made it before targets popped up. So.
Didn't they change spotting a little bit in this patch? Or am I just...
To be honest, I really don't know. The last thing I knew about spotting was elevation takes some role into it. So if you're higher up than the person that spots you, they can see you, but you can't see them. So that's the last thing I knew.
Oh, because you're supposedly skylining yourself.
Yeah, well, I know they did change camo though. So like TDs, they definitely have the best camo in the game nowadays. Bushes don't give camo
Unless
as much
they're
rating as they used to.
And don't you officially now have to be far enough behind them where they're no longer transparent?
Well,
I think I saw a video about that recently.
Yeah, they fixed
Nice hit.
Thanks. they fixed the bug, or I don't know if it was a bug, but they fixed it to where before, if you were in a bush and you could see through the bush like it was translucent, it didn't provide you the camo, or the same camo that if you were behind the bush and it wasn't translucent. So you got a higher camo value if you couldn't see through the bush before this last patch. Now they made it so no matter what you are, it's the same.
So. That's weird.
Yeah, I remember them talking about that. They were saying, I remember when Wargaming announced it, they said, those of you who already knew about this, you know, this is going to affect you. Those of you that didn't know, it's not going to affect you. So,
so all our little -2 hidey spots are going to be different now.
Yeah, basically.
But that doesn't matter once the next patch rolls out and we don't get our little precious -2.
Oh, I sold that a while ago. I hated it with all the drifting. I was trying to get sneaky there and get the guy at the top of that guy's turret when he backed up, but the shell went high. So.
So, have you noticed gold shell spam as much in this patch? I know they changed how
I don't know, to be honest, I
pricing
never really
and effectiveness.
paid attention to it. They didn't change like APCR. They just changed the way heat rounds work.
They did change APCR a little. They changed the angle it comes in at.
I thought that was what they did to heat. They normalized heat.
Heat doesn't normalize. Heat is just straight line. What they did to APCR is they adjusted it from 6 degrees to 2 degrees, which, for those who don't know, what that means is that the amount that APCR ignores slope on your tank is reduced a little bit, so now APCR is only a little better than heat when it comes to angled armor.
No, what they did to heat was that's right. What they did to heat is they made it so it won't go damage through space armor. So like if you shoot somebody in the tracks, it only damages the tracks. It doesn't actually like, because you know how before, like if you tracked a vehicle and then you sat there and shot them in the drive wheel, like in the same spot while they were tracked, you could actually do damage to the tank. They changed that now. It still absorbs the shot with heat, is the way I think it was described. Like I know a lot of the FV215
that chassis
TDs ones, they're saying don't shoot tracks anymore because you do 0 damage. So.
Speaking of space armor, the Super Pershing is supposed to get hit with the Nerf bat next patch. I'm sad for that tank.
And they're offering full refunds for it, which pisses me off because I already sold it.
And you already got your premium back.
Yeah, I got my type. So right here, I was hoping that SUV85 would kind of stay over there so I could see what was coming up that way, and I was going to pull back and watch the road here, but no such luck. She's about to wimp out and go hide in the back. So this gets I promise it gets a little more exciting here at the end, but
well, I think
so far it's just been sniping and
I think we've been providing an informative conversation or something like that.
Yes.
So about that action.
I like how the Hellcat has 2 kills and hasn't been spotted this entire game.
Well, TD did get that camo boost.
Yeah.
As that M12 Rambo's it.
Yeah.
Look, a nice 2-shottable tank for you.
I kind of like this new dynamic view thing too.
Oh, you've been spotted.
Yeah, I know, but I really wanted to finish off that AMX. But
oh, there's that Hellcat, your little buddy.
and he's not even looking at me. That's the worst part about this.
Oh, he's gonna disappear.
Yeah.
What's he doing? Why isn't he
know.
shooting?
I don't know, but I was very thankful for the fact that he let me just shoot him twice without taking any damage.
Oh, look,
So
somebody
now-
just became one-shottable off a ram.
I'm just trying to keep this guy in front of me. Is basically what this whole thing is.
And there's the GWP.
So it's me and this SU-85. He's, like I said, hiding in the back. It's making me very nervous.
Tank destroyers, man, they're supposed to hide. And that Stuart did not deserve that.
Oh, I remembered a comment that comes after this too.
Aimbot.
Yep.
That
So, like,
famous World of Tanks aimbotting.
All that's going through my mind right now is to do as much damage as I can before I go out. I'm not expecting a win out of this. They've got way too much. Plus, they still have their artillery piece. So,
Mm-hmm.
you know, I'm just like, whatever damage equals experience and credits. I've already got 3k damage, so, you know, I'm already well above the rest of my team.
And you know that that French TD they have is at least one-shottable on a good roll.
Actually, I'd have to have a high roll. I think I left them at 4 or something, so. But
Setting up over here because you supposedly have your SU-85 at least spotting your flank.
well, I knew he was back in those dunes, so I didn't expect him to actually do anything. But I figured if I moved over here, I wouldn't be in the last spot they saw me at. So, you know, it's kind of throwing them for a loop, maybe. If they if the other smaller tanks wanted to try and flank up behind me, like the BDR or the Type 58, you know. So this way I'd be facing them already, but.
And once again, your buddy fails to spot the cap.
Yeah.
Oh wow, it's a party.
Mm-hmm.
And you missed the party.
Yeah, let it zoom.
Alright, Rambo.
So now it's just me trying to stay alive for the last 30 seconds or so.
Gotta stay already safe and enemy team safe.
Mm-hmm. Figured that since I can't see them, they can't see me, so I'm gonna back up. And if they come at me, I get a shot at them at least before the TD is able to turn the corner. But they're just gonna sit there, and I'm just gonna walk away with a less of a repair bill. It's kind of anticlimactic end to this, but you know, whatever. I survived.
Don't expect a high alpha TD to Rambo an entire team.
Exactly.
Anyway, on to the next replay. Alright, we're on to the next replay where I actually knows what kind of goes on because I'm the one who played this match. In this match, I am platooned with Huey and Tofu. We are in the American Dream Team platoon. We have a T110E4, which is what I am playing, getting that high alpha long reload gun. We have kmhuey, who has the T110E5, getting the medium alpha fast reload. And we have Tofu Smurf in the T57 Heavy, which is kind of a mix of the two. You get the lots of little alphas with a long reload at the end. So in this match, we decided we're going to go town because our tanks, while having decent gun depression, aren't necessarily suited to the bridge route with the current artillery on the field.
Yeah, that was our biggest thing. I remember was we didn't want to go that way because of the 3 arty. It's like 3 American tanks and 3 big arty. Doesn't really mix well.
And so normally people go the route kmhuey is going, and being my first time in city, I decided, screw it, I'll improvise. So I decided to try to cut him off at the pass next to this church, see if I can't clip anybody trying to run in this gap right here. So pardon the lack of action for a few seconds. I get bored eventually, don't worry.
Yeah. Meanwhile, it was nice and exciting for myself. I think I ended up with 2 tier 10 tanks over in front of me.
So I pull a dumbass, and not only do I expose my lower plate by sliding up on the railing, I go out again to get shot in the side. So, in hindsight, I probably should have gone around the building, but I didn't take a terribly, like, crippling hit. And me in chat trying to troll people who speak English differently. So I think at this point I realize that peeking out's only going to get me shot again, and then I have to troll more English because chat is fun. Wow.
Wow.
I'm on a roll.
Smig doesn't look like the ignorant American, does he?
I'm so ignorant.
So meanwhile, he's trolling Chad. I'm over there fighting with an IS-7 and a T110E5. Luckily enough for me, the battle was going pretty well because the Tiger 2 on our team was going ahead of me and taking all the shots. So I had an extra bullet sponge.
Mm-hmm. And Tofu and I are getting these nice juicy side shots on a bunch of heavy tanks with artillery completely ignoring us.
Yeah, I'm surprised you haven't been owned yet.
I'm guessing they're concentrating on the E100 at the other flank. So put a nice shell.
God, that was a nice roll.
It gets better. It goes all the way. One shot at T-34.
That's some bullshit.
That's what happens when you get a 155 in the engine block.
That's why you carry fire extinguishers.
Though he probably still made money. And then I had to get that kill. Because, well, I'm a kill-stealing son of a bitch. And then everybody does not want to approach this IS-7. I don't, simply because I'm on reload and I don't want to expose myself too much. But I'm trying to get him to turn at me so the other guys can shoot. And then I shoot that gun. I had that kill. I shot the gun. I get frustrated and I just leave. I don't care how they kill that guy. I just know that I'm not going to be part of it because I shot a gun. With a gun. So we see this T-54E1 trying to be all sneaky like, so I go flank tankulating. But, you know, being the law-abiding citizen I am, I have to go through this village and knock down some stuff.
Try not to hit the houses.
Well, they parked wrong, so you have to punish them for that. And so I round this corner expecting to spot the guy right away. And much to my surprise, there's nobody here. I was very confused. Until I rounded this corner. And then, surprise butt sex.
The funny part here to me was that he was concentrating at you. To me, you're the heavier, armored, hard to kill guy, and he's giving me his ass.
Well, essentially we have the same armor, we just have different shaped turrets. The difference being I would have concentrated on you to at least put some threat on you because you're the one with the faster reload.
Mm-hmm. Well, I was thinking you have a better, bigger mantlet, so like the angle he had on you wasn't like he's not gonna hit your hull at all. So he's gonna be shooting at your turret. Plus he's moving, so he's not gonna hit your tumor. Like I would have totally concentrated on myself too instead of you. I would have tried to put me between me and you, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. Force me to shoot you instead of the T-54.
Yeah.
So we see a nice bunch of one-shottable targets, and Huey decides to shoot a hill.
It was rather flat. Thank you very much.
That's what Huey does. So I'm gonna shoot a fence post just because, you know, I don't like fences.
I hit this post right next to it too.
And so artillery finally just decides that I look like a juicy target. And then we have our American Dream Team platoon going after him. A T-71 starts terrorizing our poor artillery, and I can't do anything about it. Nor I really don't want to. So I see something bounce off me. I'm guessing that was the KV-4. And then bloop!
Tofu and I decided to go take out the 268 and the E50M.
And then I take a nice juicy 261 shell to the back of the turret. So at this point, our artillery's dead. I go over here just to essentially clear a gun. Because T-71s, well, if they're in front of you, they don't do any harm. Anywhere else, they start becoming a problem. And for some reason, he completely disregards my location until I start approaching him. And so I just spent probably, I don't know, like 2,500 credits for, I'm guessing, like,
damage.
yeah, I'm gonna call that like 100 credits worth. And then artillery decides to tear me a new one.
Luckily enough, they only bracketed you. They didn't quite hit you.
Mm-hmm.
So, that E75 of ours that just died, I was kind of mad at this game. I remember saying something to Tofu and Smig here that he should have gone across the A line with the IS-3 instead of coming back to base. Because we pretty much had that underhand. And
Put some pressure on the artillery on the object. So at this point, I'm sitting on a nice, healthy 5,400 damage.
Yeah, he's a little proud of that, considering I think this was the first night he played tanks in a month or so.
Mm-hmm. So, on that subject, I'm sure some of you noticed the lack of videos lately. Part of it is Tofu's Fraps acting up. Another part of it is I'm doing summer quarter at my college, so I'm
and the other part is
busy.
I've been lazy and just haven't made any.
Mm-hmm. So hopefully we'll get out content as soon and as frequently as able.
It's so hot, and in order for me to here, at least where I live anyways, in order for me to record, I have to turn my fan off. And like right now, I'm sitting here in basically shorts and sweating because I don't want you guys to have to hear my fan. So,
but we want to hear from you, fans. Haha!
I like how we did like this going north. We split. So like I'm going up the east. Smig was covering the west, and Tofu was covering the swamp. So nothing was gonna get biased. The only problem is I didn't have any cover where I was.
And that's a full health object 704.
Yeah, and I have 108 HP.
So Tofu goes to help him out, and I move towards the cap because I don't want that artillery slipping by. But spoiler, somehow it slips by. I'm still not sure how it escaped.
Not on the east one, far enough north into the city. That's my guess, anyways.
Well, he was last spotted. Was he spotted at all?
Never. He's not. He hasn't been spotted this whole game.
Oh, he must have slipped over there after the 704 killed that IS-3 or something.
Yeah. While we were all down south.
So I'm checking to see if I can't find that 212. And so Huey gets annihilated by a 704. That 704 is now looking at me, and we're using some leet chats to communicate. But unfortunately, Tofu gets taken out, and I get a very lucky snapshot.
That was a ridiculous shot right there.
I should have not gotten that shot, I will admit.
In this game right here.
Mm-hmm. So now the tension's on because I need to hunt an artillery, and the artillery knows I'm looking for him. And both of us aren't exactly fast tanks.
At this point, we decide there's no way he can be anywhere other than the A-B block in town, or at this point working his way down towards our base. So it's Tofu and I tell Smig he needs to start capping at this point.
As long as I beat him to the cap by 10 seconds, we win.
Yeah, so we're like, dude, go cap.
And meanwhile, we have the commentary from Dr. McNinja.
Yeah.
And so this next part is pretty important because most people like to hang out, at least usually when I do, is like to hang out near those crates. And so I decided that I'm going to try to stick as little of my tank as I can on the cap and just wait it out. I decided against moving around because that will increase my chances of getting spotted, as well as maybe I'll be caught by a splash I wouldn't otherwise. It's really just the luck of a draw. So at this point, It's the longest minute 20 seconds of anybody's life when you know an artillery is zeroing in on you and you don't know where they are or where they're zeroing.
Yeah, I kind of actually agree with the sitting still thing because I've actually seen it before where I was driving around and there's no way I was spotted because the only thing left was an RD piece, but I happened to drive into their splash and got the cap reset on me. So, I mean, they have to get really lucky to guess which area of the cap you're in to begin with, and if you're moving around, you may be kind of going into where they're aiming. So, I don't know. It's a 50-50 either way. It can work out for you because they might be aiming at the spot you're sitting at, or they could be aiming 10 feet in front of you while you're moving. You never know. So,
So what the other artillery player, if I remember correctly, is doing is he's actually doing the smart thing, and he's going to be hopping on cap. Never mind. He just missed. What I would have done if I was in his shoes is I would have hopped on cap and then shot. That way you can
win it.
You can ensure that you're at least going to draw the game.
Yeah, it would still be a draw even if he connected you.
So after he shot, I know he doesn't have enough time to reload, so I start taunting him by destroying the crate, and then I start driving around in victory. For this one, I actually do have the score screen, which I'll be including in the end. Nice Top Gun with a bajillion damage.
5,800.
5843.
Oh, snap.
Aw, snap. And so now we will go to a replay from Darrik, something with a V. Vkir.
Vkir.
Vkir. Vkir. Anyway, see you next video.
My Fraps isn't recording anything past like 19 FPS.
Yeah, I talked to him through the settings too, and it just, I don't know what's going on.
The settings are, yeah, perfectly fine, yeah. It's all fucked up.
Alright, so now we have DarrikVkir in his T92. And what I want to point out off the bat is Darrik is using the T92 run. You see, he has 8 HE shells and 8 super HE shells. And what he's doing wrong is he has no AP shells. How are you supposed to one-shot tier 10s without AP shells?
I'm pretty sure the T92 doesn't need that much help.
It needs help.
Tier 10.
I'd rather, in my T92, even though I'm not being helpful to the team, I find it more satisfying to just one-shot one tank with a AP shell than to splash safe with a HE shell. But that's just me, and I'm a selfish bastard because of it.
I always find that I tend to bounce with AP shells in my Type E, so...
Well, the Type E and the GWT, they don't have very impressive AP shells when it comes to their artillery. Isn't it like 200 still?
Well, I don't know. If I can tab out and look though.
I can just use my second computer. Anyway, so Darrik is finding a nice juicy target. And he's zeroing. And he's zeroing. He's not seeing his target. Gottsel would curse him. Oh, is he? No. Shoot, Darrik. Shoot.
Oh, that's gonna...
Oh, you had to wait till the bat shot was trying to steal the kill. And look, a bat shot appeared. Darrik, I'm disappointed in you.
He's got one hell of a zoom out going.
Yeah.
Oh, this is that mod that PPK had going there for a while. I had to like get rid of this. It was way too zoomed out.
Mm-hmm. So we get the nice new 50-second long reload for the T92.
Mm-hmm.
Which, I don't know, as a T92 driver, I haven't really noticed it too much because, well, you just start twiddling your thumbs a bit. So the average penetration for an AP shell on the 21 centimeter Moser is 303, which I think compared to the T92's like 370, and the angle it comes in at,
Yep. Mm-hmm.
it's a little more potent of a shell.
Yeah, which one has a higher arc? Because I think I tend to bounce off turrets more with my Type E than, like, say, bouncing off the front. So.
I don't know. The T-92 doesn't really have. I think of the artillery, it has a rather in the middle arc, and that was close. And look, another target appeared. That E-75 was nice enough to present its side for you to splash off of, and 404 damage not found.
That would explain it though, because with the higher arc, you're probably going to hit the turrets more often than the hull.
Mm-hmm.
Though, I mean, I used to watch this Russian guy stream in his Type E, and he used to use AP all the time, one-shot IS-7s left and right. I don't know, he just apparently played it a lot.
Finding out the nuances of gun angles.
Yeah.
So a poor E-75 is about to take it to the face. Odd at an awkward angle. Nice 730 damage hit. And it looks like Lost Deadman is having some struggles.
I'm surprised he's still alive. Normally he gets one shot by Artie at the start of the match.
Mm-hmm. Luckily, the artillery isn't terribly potent on their side. Still strong, but
yeah,
not T-92 strong. That low offering some nice cover to Lost.
Yep. Giving Derek time to reload, actually.
Also, it gives Lost an opportunity to protect most of his hull.
Oh, look at that T-71 coming in behind him.
Watch out, Lost. It's coming right at you.
That's actually pretty good. Look, he's forced Lost to use 2 shells already.
And took off 20 HP.
Yeah.
And my cat just pooped.
And then Lost missed a shell.
Well, that's Lost. That T-110 does not give any fucks.
He's not even looking at Lost, man.
He obviously doesn't know about right click, left click. Right click for auto aim, continue forward, and just left click when you're ready. Lost wasn't moving anywhere. T-110 has enough accuracy to hit that on the move. Wow, that was actually pretty nice.
I thought he was.
Too bad somebody keeps zooming out instead of allowing us to see whether it was a direct hit or a splash.
That was actually a pretty good shot. I thought he was going to hit the corpse at a low.
Mm-hmm.
I can't wait till I get my T-92. I just got my M40, M43. And I must say, I think the first gun on it is way more accurate, but the damage on the second gun is enough to make up for it.
Well, what you are is you're just using the M12 gun on a better support. So you get a better aim time.
I enjoyed the M12 towards the end because the gun was actually pretty accurate. So.
Mm-hmm. I noticed that back before they changed artillery, at least, that the transition between the M12 gun and the 203 was actually kind of rough because you're getting like half as many shots.
Mm-hmm. So it takes longer to get used to the gun.
Mm-hmm. And again, with you notice your misses more. Yeah. And you really have to learn how to splash instead of going for direct hits all the time.
Yeah, it was the same thing going from the Panther to the Tiger, the GW types. I remember the GW Panther was extremely fun. It felt really accurate.
Well, and that and you had the super arc it had.
Yeah. Yeah, and then you switch to the GW Tiger. Not only is it, it feels less accurate, but it carries less shells.
So unless Derek one-shots this guy, that is one dead bat chat. Nope, that's a dead bat chat.
Should be a dead bat chat.
Why isn't it a dead bat chat?
That's not the TD. He should have been reloaded.
Yeah. So Derek, if you're listening, stop zooming out after every shot. It makes for weird replays. And we know you're going to watch this. You always do.
I'm just going to free look. It makes it easier. No, it doesn't.
So somebody's stopping Gap, which is good, because Derek certainly isn't. He wants his tier 10 kill.
I would be doing the same thing. I mean, it's one guy on the cap on encounter mode. He's not going to be capping anytime soon. Wow, he must have really hit that guy hard because that AMX AC48 got the kill.
The tier 8.
Yeah, so
that's at most like 440 damage or something.
Yeah.
And so we got a nice blob cap going on this E4, who forgot he can't turn his turret that way.
Yeah. I was just thinking that. I was like, he can't even face the bat chat.
And so, looks like every... Oh, there goes the bat chat. That IS-3 can feasibly take out both those tanks with relative ease. Might have a little struggles with the Leopard. And I guess the AMX.
I don't think the armor on the Leopard's too great.
Well, it depends on the health on the IS-3, because the Leopard isn't one-shottable.
Right.
Unless you get a lucky ammo. Or help from the S51.
Yeah, I remember being having it described to me. The IS-3 is a medium killer. It can take tier 8, tier 9 mediums and just freaking annihilate them. So.
Well, I think with tier 9 it's going to have a lot more trouble because the DPM tier 9 mediums have is vastly superior to it.
Yeah.
But just the alpha of the IS-3 makes it a formidable tank on itself.
Well, but then again, I'm thinking about back when the only tier 9s were the M46, the E50, the T54. So
ooh, that's gonna hurt.
Wasn't quite as high.
Shoot, Derek. No, Derek.
Oh, no, what are you doing?
Derek.
You had a great side shot on that IS-3.
Apparently the IS-3 is AFK. I would have taken the IS-3 shot.
Dead man's yelling at him, shoot, Artie.
Why isn't that Leopard shooting? Oh, there he goes. Come on, Derek. You know you want that juicy side shot on the IS-3.
Especially with gold rounds. That's all he's got left.
Throw a nickel at him. See, no, now it's not even worth the gold shell. Derek, I'm disappointed. You didn't even one-shot him.
Mercy roll. Well, I guess that ended our debate on whether or not the IS-3 could take out that Leopard.
Oh, Leopard wins. You owe me a nickel.
Damn it.
So, decent artillery play by Derek. Some good shots. Some questionable maneuvers with his mouse wheel. Derek, good job. Lost. Try harder. PJ, keep going. Keep on keeping on. Unfortunately, I do not have the score screen from this, but Huey has a summary of it, from what I hear.
Oh, I deleted the email. But it was like 1,300 experience and wait. Yeah, and like 5k damage or something.
Probably off of unspotted splashes.
Yeah, it was like 5,800 damage and 1,300 experience.
Because he at least got 1,000 on that 215B.
Yeah.
Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this episode of How I Tank. Feel free to shoot emails at Huey, because he loves going through mail.
fellteamswot@yahoo.com.
Or tanksubmissions@gmail.com.
Yep.
Hope you enjoy your day, and we'll try making a video after this soon.
Peace
Enjoy.
out.